think the biggest challenge for entrepreneurship is the tendency to find yourself extremely isolated in the midst of trying to make things happen.
All the decisions stop with you. The good stuff you can take a little bit of credit for, but it's the hard stuff that stops with you. It's hard to find somebody who really understands that.
I mean, you're out there on the bleeding edge of your abilities, and if you make the wrong call, then you're held responsible.
There's many, many months of many seasons of just wondering what's next, what's gonna happen. God, are you there? Am I doing the right thing? Should I leave? Should I abandon this dream?
You could talk to a spouse, you could talk to a best friend. They're not the ones up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get this idea to flourish.
What we hope the entrepreneur group is an oasis in the desert and a glass of water for some really thirsty CEOs who are at the edge of their capacities in every possible way, and give them a place to say, I understand what you're going through, and I can help you see this through a lens that can perhaps moderate your pendulum swings.
I have a heart for entrepreneurs. I've worked with them for over the years, and they are a group that are often isolated because they are experiencing so much pressure. In the group setting, we're able to breathe the energy and life back into them. And so it's fun to see hope start to enter back into a picture that sometimes can become bleak.
We hope it is a place where 7 to 12 CEOs can come and in a highly confidential setting, facilitated by a trained executive coach used to working with entrepreneurs, how they can come together and work out how does their company have a place in God's unfolding story.
I love that the focus of this group was to really narrow down and focus on what was God's plan for me right now with this company.
The CEOs meet weekly and they have a small video curriculum, and the experience includes learning the tenets of faith and work theology.
You've got curated content that's specifically designed for entrepreneurs.
To start with the same idea that there's an issue, a topic, a theme that we know is true to us and that we're gonna explore together is a great thing.
All work is spiritual work, and so for us to engage and help them to see that they're making an impact that's valuable beyond their particular product or service that they're offering, I think is powerful for them to see and kind of glean as a result of our work together.
I think for me as an entrepreneur, having a support group is just so important.
I can be honest and I can be vulnerable and transparent about my realities, and someone across the room says, I know, I get it, and here's my shared experience, here's what I learned. That creates this incredible bond as we're in this together.
Every week that we have ESG going on, I come back to the office with just kind of a renewed sense of purpose.
Giving up the time to commit to the group is something that I know is hard for a lot of people, but what I found is that I was so much more productive the rest of the time because I was focused on the right things, and it was almost like my efforts got magnified based on the focus that I was able to get through what I learned in the group.
You can weather the lows in great expectation, and you can humbly enjoy the highs, knowing that they're not about you.
I'm really better able to serve my company because I recognized through the group that my company is on loan to me from God. And it's my responsibility to follow that through and to continue listening to what God's calling me to do for our clients, for my employees, to fulfill that higher purpose.
You know, the most encouraging impact from my point of view is when you see an entrepreneur go from clenching their business so tightly to leading with their hands wide open. Everything isn't revolving around them and their ability to make the company successful, but rather the company is part of a larger unfolding story in God's plan, and that is freeing, and that probably is the most encouraging thing.